Like we're going live. All right, we are live. Okay. So 22 is pretty good. Oh, looks like Barry's coming on in. So, okay. So 23 so far, and there's Tony Gorchenko keeps coming in, so he keeps dropping off and coming back in. So. Okay. All right, we're going to give it about another minute or two. So, Cinda, do you have anything that you'd like to sing for us?
I thought I was told to sing God Bless America.
You are, but we're just we're vamping for right now and kind of just stretching, see if we can get everybody in.
All right.
Hi, Cinda.
Hello. How's everybody?
Wonderful.
Good.
And yourself?
Doing well. Doing well.
Great. Love the backdrop.
All right, we're going to give it another minute or two. Good to see you, Alan. Alan Kwan. Good to see you.
Good evening, John. Good evening, Gunnar. Good evening.
Hi, Alan.
So our trustee is on, Jerry Flory. Great. And Cedric, good to see you as well.
Alan Kwan has a virtual backdrop that makes him look very smart and highly educated, but none of those books are actually real. It's all virtual, right, Alan?
Absolutely.
Well, only the bottle of scotch is real.
All right. My club president, Damone Taylor, is coming in. Good to see. And looks like Damone Taylor is in the house. How you doing, Damone?
I am doing good. Just running in. I was running late. I'm like, man, it's 6 o'clock. No
worries. Well, I'm pretty much a very run-on time type of person, so we're gonna try to get out right at 7:10 if we can. So I'll kind of be pushing you along, and I'll give you if we're speaking, we're gonna give you a 2-minute warning and that sort of thing as well. So I like to get in and get out on time. So.
Awesome.
All right. So we'll give it 30 more seconds and then we'll get started with the program. And like I said, I'll be able to let people in as we go through as well. So, and good. All right. Good morning, Amy, our treasurer for Redondo Beach. Hello there. You are on mute.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? All right. All right. Well, let's get started. And first, I want to say thank you, everybody, for being here for this first DCM of the year. It is October 19th, 6 p.m. and we're on Zoom. And unfortunately, with this pandemic, we have to do it this way. But it really makes it a little bit easier. I get to see all of you and talk to y'all, and we actually probably have more attendance as well, so that's a good thing. So I have prepared some slides. We're going to go through those, and what I'd like to do is to make sure that we go through these. And like I said, we've got a couple of things we want to do today, and we want to talk about the division, and then we may have some time for some questions and things, but we've got a lot of work to do this year. I'm very excited. So I've got some big shoes to fill there too. So, all right. So here I'm going to share this. And okay, can everybody see that?
No.
Nope.
No.
Coming. Okay, should be. There we go. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Whew.
I don't know how it got turned off.
All right. So if everyone wants to mute, I'm going to ask a couple of folks here. So if we can just kind of mute, so we're doing that. But welcome everybody. This is CalNEVA Division 19, our very first DCM, and it's kind of I'm very excited to be here. And like I said, let's get to the program here. All right, so as we kind of pointed out, we've got a couple of things to do today. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep us on time. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance and patriotic song, and then we'll do some introductions. We'll do an invocation by Dick Kuhn. Thank you so much. We're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance by Chris Watanabe. And then I'm going to turn it over to Gary Gray to talk about Kiwanis Next and install all the officers. And then I'll talk about what Kiwanis Next means for us as a division. Then we get to see Get Roots. It is a wonderful, wonderful program that's going to be an online fundraising program that we're going to get to see a demo here. And then we'll do our traditional roll call. So anyway, let's get to it. And if you do have questions, just go ahead and raise your hand. You can do that down at the bottom. So if you look down at the bottom, there's a little thing that says participants. If you're on an iPad, there's a little way to get all the participants. You can raise your hand by pressing the little ellipsis down on the bottom there. So, okay, let's move on. So first, Mr. Watanabe, if you could lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I put this up here. 95 years old and a member since 1967. Wow. I can only hope that we are all in Kiwanis 54 years from now. So thank you, Mr. Watanabe. Did you want to say anything about Kiwanis at all?
It's a fantastic organization. We have, we always help our kids and help anyone else who needs it. And here in San Pedro and anywhere.
Great. Well, thank you very much for being here, and I really appreciate you making the call today. Thanks for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are very excited to kind of move forward here. All right. So, patriotic song. Cinda, if you could lead us in the rendition of God Bless America, and you can turn your mics on if you wish, or just sing to your neighbors and housemates there.
I think I'm unmuted. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
All right. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, white with gold. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Wow, thank you very much, Cinda. That was wonderful.
Hey.
All right, thank you. All right, and hold on. And
John, do you have people in the waiting room to get in?
we do. Okay. And I'm missing. So I did have it here. Hold on one sec. Okay. Dick Kuhn, if you could join us or send tell us an invocation and some peaceful words. Thank you.
Well, okay. Heavenly Father, grant us the serenity to accept the changes, the things we can change, and courage to change the things we can. Well, I've messed that all up. I can't even read. I got to put my glasses on. I guess. Okay, let me start over. Heavenly Father, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Help us to lead lives worthy of the vocations to which we have been called and of the ideals to which we are committed. And now bless this meeting to our use and use to your service. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And the words are always kind of a nice way to start things off. First, before we turn it over to our Governor, Gary Gray, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the folks that have been leaders for us in our division before, and kind of we rest on their backs and on their shoulders. I really want to say thank you to all of you. So first, let's go ahead and if we can all put our hands together and give a clap for Joni. Thank you very much for being a governor in the 2017 and 2018 year. You are an inspiration. You actually founded the Redondo Beach Club, and you are the reason why I'm a Kiwanian.
Thank
Joni,
you. That's very nice of you, John.
did you want to say something to the crowd here?
Well, I know this is a very difficult time in some respects, but I think as more people get used to Zoom, it's really a big opportunity for more people to, attend these meetings. So thank you for everything you're doing, John, because I know this is a lot more difficult than past years.
Well, as they say, I don't know any different, so it's all new to me no matter what. So I'm looking forward to working with everybody. So thank you. But Joni, thank you very much for being a terrific governor and doing such a great thing for Kiwanis. So thank you. All right, our trustees, past trustees, Dick Hune, Joni Ackerman, Mark Warnick, and Alan Kwan. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much for being here. You guys did a great job, and Alan, thank you very much for taking my phone calls when I call very frantically. So I appreciate it. So. All right, now we get on to the shoes that I have to fill, which are past District 19 Lieutenant Governors. We have quite a few here. I noticed Dick Hune was in 1984-85. I saw here Dick McCurdy down in 2002. Tony Molino, 2004. Joni was 2010-2011. Tim McDonald, 2011-2012. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to getting to know you much better, Tim, as well. Mark Warnick, I saw that you were up there as well. Alan Kwan, Jackie Acosta, Jim Thompson, and then Rick Carver. Rick, you were also one of those folks that really made my first year. Thank you very much. Let's all put a big round of applause together for everybody as well. Thank you very much for your service. And I'll tell you, I'm very excited to step in your footprints and hopefully move the ball forward a bit. So, but thank you very much for your service. It's really nice to get to know all of you, and I'm going to be relying on all of you to help guide me through this year. So thank you so much. And though he's not online today, I was expecting him to be so. I wanted to say thank you to our past Lieutenant Governor, Phil Brock. When Phil would speak, a lot of times what he would do is he would actually get us to ask, what more can we do to serve the children? And that's a kind of a very special thing. Our mission here really is to serve children, and wanted to thank him personally for his time, commitment, and leadership. And let's just give him a round of applause, even though it's there, because he might even watch this video. So thank you very much, Phil. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for just a tough year as we went into the COVID-19 lockdown and everything. And just want to say thank you for also being there for me this year. So I'm going to rely on you heavily as well. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody. All right, and let's all give it up for Tony Poroshenko.
Hey, Tony.
I have to say, I call Tony on a regular basis. I have him on speed dial, if that's even a thing anymore. And I have to say, I don't think I've ever received more emails from someone who wasn't directly related to me or something else. So I always say, another email from Tony, when does that guy sleep? I got to say. But anyway, thank you very much, Tony. You do a terrific job for us. You're very thoughtful, your time and your commitment, and you set a really great example. You make us better. Tony, do you want to say any few words here?
Apparently not.
I think it's the one time he's muted. So
there, I found the mute button. No, it's been a great, privilege to have served all these past lieutenant governors, and every year we get better. I know this year's going to be an excellent year. Thank you.
Well, again, thank you very much. And like I said, I'm going to be relying on you heavily this year. So as you probably already have seen. So thank you. And I'm looking forward to working with you and making sure everything runs smooth. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And let's get on with the program. So, but again, thank you, Tony. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our Cal Neva Governor Gary Gray. And Gary, we're very interested to hear about what Kiwanis Next is. And then if we do just a real quick raise our right hand and you install us as officers, I think it's always great to have the governor do that on our behalf. So the floor is yours. And would you like to be on non-sharing mode so you can kind of see everybody?
Yeah, you could turn the share screen off. That'd be fine.
There we go.
Thank you, John. Before I explain why I campaigned to be governor-elect and then subsequently governor and what Kiwanis Next is, I want to point something out to all of you. And that is that Kiwanis leaders are, of course, expected to organize, in the case of lieutenant governor, or in the case of a club president, a meeting. I attend a lot of club meetings other than my own. Lieutenant governors are expected to organize a division council meeting like this one. And trustees are expected to organize regional training conferences. And of course, I organize lots of other stuff when we meet up as a district. But what I want to emphasize to you is that the benefit to the membership, all of you tonight sitting here at this division council meeting, it's not as much fun as if you were meeting live, but it's actually okay. But one of the big payoffs for the leader who organizes it is having that fellowship of all of your Kiwanians there with you. And John, your lieutenant governor, is only getting that indirectly tonight. He doesn't get the experience of being at a room somewhere surrounded by his Kiwanians and his team in the division. So bear in mind that it takes a lot to organize this kind of a thing on Zoom, even though it seems quote unquote easier. It's actually a little tougher on the organizer, on the leadership. I know that one of the most stressful weekends I've spent in a long time was our district convention. Just keeping 4 training rooms all organized at once, they're all being done remotely. It's a lot of work, and there's no real payoff. You don't have the opportunity to talk to your people in person. So bear that in mind, that when you show up here, there's a lot of effort gone into it, and appreciate the opportunity to get what we get out of this, because it is not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Believe me, it's way better than nothing, and it does require effort. But on to Kiwanis Next. I chose to campaign to be governor of this district a number of years ago in my own head. And the reason I chose to go ahead and do something as crazy as try and lead this district is that I saw that what was going on is that we were an organization, not just my club and not just the district and not just my division. We were an organization that was cruising, riding on our laurels from the past, trying to replicate what we'd done before. So when we talked about trying to grow, it was always about, oh, we will strengthen clubs, we'll all be +1 or +5 or whatever the number was. And of course, we were kind of kidding ourselves in a way, because when Kiwanis was growing and active and dynamic, Kiwanis grew by expanding into new neighborhoods, new communities, and serving new children who had not been served before, and finding new places to serve. We were simply trying to add hands of service to the existing framework, which is fine. That's something we should do every year. We should never shy away from that. Adding membership to our clubs is a vital piece of being Kiwanis. But I guarantee you that adding members to our existing clubs will become much, much, much easier when we are also adding clubs to our divisions, because that is how we serve communities that are not currently served, serve underserved communities, and find high schools and junior high schools that do not have a service leadership program to help those kids find a better, more robust future as leaders and as community servants. We do great work as an organization. We do great work with young people, but if we keep on doing the old things, we're never going to do the new things. And if we don't do the new things, we're going to be over. We have to move on. 100 and some odd years of being Kiwanis is wonderful. It's a miracle. It's a gift to the world. However, we must recognize that we're not in the 20th century anymore. We're in the 21st century. The world has changed around us. And I know that people like Tony Gorchenko hate to hear this. Maybe, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is the world has changed around us. We need to change with it, and we have not. So we have to look around and say, okay, what have we done in the past that's not going to work anymore in the future? We have always predicated our organization at the local level around a weekly meeting. That was what worked. So when we went out and tried to organize a new club, it was always, you're going to meet every week. Well, a lot of people you talk to today look at you and say, I can't meet every week anywhere. I'm not going to meet every week. So they're not going to join Kiwanis. That begs the question, would they like to serve children of the world? Would they like to serve the children of their community? The answer is yes. The generations of today have a heart for service just like we did, and just like our parents and our grandparents had. They would like to serve the children of the community as much as we did, but they are not going to meet every week. What else? We have always predicated our training and education about traveling hundreds of miles to a convention or a conference, and you spend 2 or 3 days and a few $100s in a hotel room, and you'd be isolated from your family and your job and everything else for that time period, and you'd be getting Kiwanis education and training, enjoying fellowship with your fellow Kiwanians, learning a lot about Kiwanis, and going back and being a better leader. Today's families are organized differently. They can't afford the weekend or 2 or 3 days off to go somewhere. So I made several pledges to myself, and they are my goals. They are first and foremost that our education and training will be available to all Kiwanians, whether they are current Kiwanians or future Kiwanians. It'll be available to everyone remotely through Zoom or some other mechanism. And those same trainings and education will be available on demand by going to our district website and finding the recording of those seminars and being able to study them on your own time. This is critical. I also pledge that we will no longer have any orphan SLPs. Orphan service leadership programs are an embarrassment to our organization. We do service leadership programs better than anyone else in the world. We do it, that's all we do is service leadership programs for our young people. If we cannot do that right, we should really be embarrassed. We do have probably 12 or 15 orphans in this district. I pledge to eliminate them. I also pledge that we will no longer merely grow club by club. We will grow from what we are to more clubs. Every division in the district, and we have 40 active divisions, every division in our district is potentially at risk to losing a club almost every year. Now, we don't see a club go away in every division every year, but every division is at risk. However, we don't seem to have that same energy, that same possibility for a new club. Why not? We should be able to organize a new club in unserved or underserved communities without a second thought. Now, when we have allowed ourselves over the past several decades probably to coast on our laurels, we have lost our muscles. We don't have the muscularity that Kiwanis had 40 or 50 years ago. 40 or 50 years ago, Kiwanis was growing rapidly by growing new clubs in communities nearby. And it was a phenomena that was a function of the time. There's no reason why that cannot happen today, as long as we recognize that we can't keep doing old things. We must do new things. So we can grow new clubs. And if we grow new clubs, we will be re-energizing our organization, growing that muscularity we had before which allows us to go out and talk to the community about joining Kiwanis. It's not just about going out and asking about joining a new club. Our membership in our current clubs will also learn how to go out and talk to people about Kiwanis and talk to them about their own club. And you'll find that there are many, many people in your community you've never spoken with before, that if you spoke to them about joining your organization, they would do so. But we have just gotten flabby as an organization. We need to get stronger, we need to get more robust and more energetic, and go out and ask people to join not only our clubs, but a new club in a nearby community. This will cause Kiwanis to grow in a different way, which is to grow organically into new communities, serving kids who are not currently served. So that is the concept of Kiwanis Next, is to become an organization that does not look backward for answers, but looks forward for solutions to the challenges we face today. And if we do not do that, as I said a little over a year ago to our convention in Las Vegas, we will become that other organization, the hypothetical organization that does nothing and fades away. I don't want to fade away. I think we have a great mission. We have tremendous shared values. And if we follow our shared values and our mission and stick to it relentlessly, we will succeed and we will do great. I've asked my lieutenant governors, every one of them, to build at least one new club this year. I know that with COVID going on, it's tough. I realize that it's not going to be the easiest challenge, but it's a challenge we can overcome. I also recognize that because we are a flabby organization, we don't really have the commitment and the training in our divisions to do all these things without help. So I've organized a pretty large and strong team of district level volunteers, several of whom are on this call tonight, and I won't point them out, but they're here, who are available to do any kind of training that is needed. We're asking people who need training in their divisions to look for people to train in club coaching for existing clubs, how to go out and do a community survey, training on how to do community canvases, how to go about organizing a club information meeting, how to go about chartering a club. We can do that stuff for you. All I have to hear is from lieutenant governors, we're ready to do this. We need the training. Assign somebody, and believe me, someone will appear shortly. I've had a request out of another, I think it was Division 13, actually asked for help with club coaching. And I've asked my district chair for membership development, Roy Talley, to assign someone. I have not heard what happened, but I'll follow up on it. If this Division 19, John, if you need help with something, I have to know about it. If I don't know about it, I can't help you. But you know the challenge, you know what we're doing, you've seen the roadmap to a new club. Your past governor, Joni Ackerman, who's here tonight somewhere, I know I saw her and Greg somewhere in the picture. There they are, she's smiling and waving now. Greg's disappeared, but she's still there. What I'm saying is that we can help, and we will help, because I mean this in a very serious way, that you can succeed, John, and so can any other lieutenant governor in this division, at building a club and growing membership in Kiwanis and growing service to children in our communities by simply getting to work and doing what Kiwanis has done in the past and doing it successfully for the future. So that's Kiwanis Next. It's really not a very complex idea. Don't look backwards, look forward, and don't stop thinking about the kids of tomorrow. But thank you all very much for having me, and I hope that you will take my words to heart and reach out and ask me for your help, because all I'm here for is to help you succeed. I have no other purpose in life but to help you all succeed. Thank you, John, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to your folks.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Governor Gray. And I'll tell you, just the concept of Kiwanis Next really resonated with me, and we're going to be sharing how that actually is going to work down here in Division 19. If you would mind taking a moment, and all of the presidents and officers that are actually stepping into this new year, wondering if you could just say a couple of words, and if you raise our hand, if you can install us, that would be fantastic.
If I could get clarity as to what you mean, are these club officers who are here?
There are some club officers, and there's some presidents that just stepped in and they were inducted and installed. But also, I just thought, since we're all on the line, if you could install us, that would be great.
Okay, well then, those of you who are club officers for the year that we're in, the current administrative year, and of course, by Lieutenant Governor John. You have all agreed to step up in service to your club or to your division or your district and to Kiwanis International. And we all appreciate the offer to serve as leaders. We know that we need leadership in order to make Kiwanis effective, because volunteer leadership is a function of service itself. So we thank you for your offer to serve, and we ask you to take seriously the charge that you have and to do your very best to help. If you raise your right hand, you are now officially installed in the office that you were elected to, and we appreciate your offer to serve, and we appreciate the service you are offering. And remember that when you have finished what you're doing now, you will not be retired, you will be promoted. And you're promoted to an immediate past officer, and that means you have more duties that you do not have now, and they are good duties too. So thank you all so much for service. You are installed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Phil Brock has joined the Zoom, so he can be retired as well.
Yes, and in fact, I'm gonna take the screen back. Well, actually, let's do this. I'm gonna take the screen back and go back one slide. And
was there an officer who needed to be retired?
Yeah,
yes.
that's me.
Oh, Phil.
Yes.
Yes.
Raise your right hand, Phil. Phil, we appreciate your service. You are a man I've known for a while. You're one of those people who is never at a loss for words. In fact, we can afford to lose some words sometimes. But we really appreciate your service as a leader of this division, and you are hereby officially elevated in service to immediate past Lieutenant Governor. Thank you for your service. We look forward to serving together in the future. Thank you, Phil.
Much appreciated.
Hey, can I say one thing too, John?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we have a certificate from Congressman Ted Lieu for you. And there is a certificate of achievement from Senator Ben Allen, and it is in the mail. And your Lieutenant Governor, oh, there's your certificate being held up now.
Oh, thank you.
And we also, we ordered you the Lieutenant Governor jacket, past Lieutenant Governor jacket. And usually they're black with gold lettering, but because you're a UCLA Bruin, we ordered you one in blue. And in fact, it's back ordered. And I believe we should have it. Jerry, we're going to have it in about 4 weeks, you think?
Yeah, actually, I got the jacket 2 days ago, and I just have to do all the embroidery.
So Jerry's going to get that jacket all done, and we'll hopefully present it to you maybe at the next DCM, and we'll get it to you. And congratulations.
Thank you
Phil.
so
been
much.
great work.
Hey, Phil, at the risk of running late, did you want to say any parting words as you get promoted?
No, I know this is a lifetime commitment, and unfortunately today I took it on the chin for my campaign. So I'm a little bit worse for wear and tear, but I tripped while canvassing. John, you would understand this.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Some of you other than George and some of the others. So I have some stitches in my chin, and my dressing is falling off right now by coffee. So for a change, I'll just say thank you for the opportunity to serve. And I thank you for asking me to do more in the future. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll be relying on you, and let's give them all a big round of applause. Thank you very much for a good but tough year. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Governor Gray, and you're welcome to stay with the rest of us and kind of see how things go. Or we understand that you've got a lot of phone calls that you're on, but thank you so much, Governor Gray, for being here today. So, and we might.
John, I may duck out early, but I do want to hear your vision for Kiwanis next in your division.
Sounds great.
Well, I may listen for a bit, but if I disappear, it's because I have a couple of other calls I got to get done tonight.
All right. As long as you're dropping off for other calls and not just falling asleep, that'd be good. So. All right. So let's do do this. Okay, so things that I came up with was, what does Kiwanis Next mean for Division 19? And I have three main prongs or things that I talk about. And when I heard this at the speech last year, when I heard Governor Gray talk about it, really kind of resonated with me as to what does Kiwanis Next mean. And for me, the first part is, it means, how do we take our division to the next level? Okay, and how do we do that so that we can serve more children? And again, a number of you have said that being lieutenant governor is the best job in the entire organization. And I was a little bit skeptical. You know, it's always like, it's the best job. And I'm only now 19 days in, and I completely understand you are exactly right. I have to say, I've been able to speak to all of the different clubs. I've been speaking to the presidents. I've been speaking to a number of folks. I have my leadership group that I talk to. And I get so inspired because we have so many leaders and so many people that do stuff. I got to talk to Dick Hune the other day and just kind of pick his ear up about a number of different things. You have so many different talents and knowledge and kindness and all of those things wrapped up. And as lieutenant governor, I get to touch all of you, and that's a wonderful thing. So here's one of the things that I do, and I don't know if you guys know me. I am an operations consultant. I'm a management consultant, but I do operations for a living. That's what I do. I help run organizations. I help things get straight. And one of the things that I see here, and what's been described in a number of things in a number of conversations, is we don't talk to other clubs very often. We get kind of in our silo and we don't talk and share all this information. And how do we get to that next level is we start to share that information along all of us. And what Governor Gray was talking about is saying we've got to start embracing and using some of these new tools and the new things that we've got so that we're bringing that all together. And I'm really excited to be able to help with it. Now, let's be clear. I don't have all the answers. Nope. You do. All of you have these answers, plus the 418 people that we have in our division. They have the answers. We have CPAs, we have lawyers, we have accountants, we have project managers. We have all sorts of these people that know how to do these things. Plus, we have folks like Mr. Watanabe, Mr. Hune, and a number of other folks that have been around a long time. They have seen everything. Folks, we've had past lieutenant governors like Tim McDonald and Joni being governor and being out all these resources. They know this stuff. We just need to actually kind of share it amongst us. So I'm looking at communicate and learn from each other and take these tools that we already have, whether it's social media, whether it's email, whether it is online, putting a website together, all of that. It's change. It's not change. It's actually just doing them better. And we can do that together. Okay, so I'm going to be looking to you, and I'm going to be putting a couple of different things together. At the end of our DCM, I'm going to share a couple of things that we're going to start right away to foster that. But I will be able to, if you have questions, you have answers, I'm your person to do so. I kind of see it as Governor Gray had mentioned, I'm a servant leader. I'm here for the clubs and the presidents to make them better. Okay, that's one. Number two, okay, is who's next? Okay, so Kiwanis Next means who's the next member that we can recruit? What's the next club that we can start? Okay, what's the next service project that we can do? We need to start thinking past what we've actually been working on thus far and starting to say, hey, how can we do those things? Okay, now we don't have to figure it all out ourselves. We have other clubs and other things where we can start to really leverage this. And when I was out doing our recruiting for Redondo Beach, or we've gone out and we've done some other things, and what I've heard from Joni and a couple of the other folks, Tony and some other folks that were building these clubs, you share your Kiwanis moment, and that's what brings people along. Why did you join it? What did you get when you were in a service organization? How do you do those things? And then we figure out how to work it. And we're going to share that together, and that's part of what we have. Last one, and the last prong of this thing, or the way that I interpret Kiwanis Next under our Governor Gary. So say, who's the next leader? The president, secretary, treasurer, lieutenant governor, and how can I make their transition more successful? Okay, how can I make their year next year be better? All of our clubs, okay, sometimes when you hand someone a whole nother unresolved issues, whether the taxes weren't done or we haven't paid our bills or we've got all these different things, those are all little things that keep us from our mission, which is serving children. So how do we look at making all of our clubs better, okay, well running, using standard tools, templates, giving them a couple of agendas, passing an email so that when you get an email from Lieutenant Governor John Grant, it's not me, it's the office. The next one doesn't have to create a Gmail address and do all those different things. They now get that. They get a bank account, they get agendas, they get all these different things so that we are making it easier for the person behind us to step in and start leading, okay, in their vision. So when you stepped up, what would help you in your leadership role? And that's what I want everybody to ask. How do we clean up our organizations? How do we do these things? And here's the best part. There's no shame, there's no blame, just better, which means we're going to be able to say, hey, our club hasn't put our taxes in for the last 2.5 years. There's no shame, there's no blame. We're just going to work together to get that done. We're going to start looking at how do we actually talk to the other clubs? How do we get this done? There's probably a club that's done it very well. Let's learn from them and use their tools, okay? So that's what gets me so excited, is that we can fix all those things so that we can grow. We can actually start to do more things for children, and we can kind of start to make us a much more robust organization. And I think it's doing some of these newer, excellent things that we want to do going forward. So that's my vision for what Kiwanis Next is and how it's going to be translated into here. What you're going to start to see are a couple of things, again, at the end of the DCM, some of the things that I've got planned and we're already started with. In my discussions with the presidents, they are really excited. It was really nice to talk with them, and they're like, hey, that's a great idea, let's do this. And it really starts to work on how do we all work together to make it better. So I'm excited for getting communication going. I want everyone to know what other clubs are doing, so the website's going to probably help with that, and a couple of other really cool things that are coming up, and I'm happy to share with you. So that's my vision of my year, and I need you. I need you to actually participate, get more people here. Having 30 people at a DCM is a wonderful thing, but we're online. Let's get more people here. Let's ask for people. Let's get the people here so that they're starting to hear it and getting enthused, especially when we're in Corona lockdown, okay? And that's just, it's a thing like we've got to get it better. So anyway, John's off his soapbox. It's probably the last time you'll hear all that from me, but I'm ready to get to work with all of you, okay? Any questions, anything that I can answer real quick? Because we're 2 minutes over, or 4 minutes over.
I don't know if you can hear me, John.
I can, yes, Cheryl.
I think that all the points that you made were very, very relevant to my club and the whole transitional experience. For myself as president, it was pretty smooth, but for some of the other offices, it was kind of difficult, and I almost called you, but we worked it out. We worked it out, but it was not a great experience, and that's primarily because a couple of the officers resigned a month early or a month and a half early, and they did not turn over all the tools that the person that they were replacing needed. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of scrambling at the last minute to get the banking and stuff done, but we got it done and we did it in a timely manner. Great. And I was very vigilant with the phone calls. Okay, where are you now? When are you going? Are you going to meet me at the bank? So right. I was pretty redundant with getting it done, but we got it done on time. Thank you. And I will be calling on you because I'm going to be one of those ones that has to leave as well. But I did want to give kind of a brief report if I'm not jumping over what you're doing right now, because we're doing a lot of the things. We had our first lunch social because a lot of members are afraid of COVID. but we had 8 attendees on Thursday last week. It was wonderful. It was at the Red Onion, and it was our first face-to-face.
Great.
Because everybody's so panicked. But I insisted once again and pushed and pushed and pushed, and with the help of Georgette, our secretary, you know, we were able to get that accomplished.
Well, Cheryl, let me dive in there real quick and say, my sole purpose is to help our presidents and our clubs. So you call me anytime, you email me anytime, and then I have Tony Gorchenko and Tony Molino on speed dial, and I'll get it from them. How's that? So.
Awesome. I love that, and I love your attitude, and I know it's going to be a great year because I'm going to count on, you know, all those guys, all the veterans.
Sure.
Although I've been involved for the past 5 years, I don't know everything, and I'm a sponge right now.
Sounds great. Well, I look forward to working with you as a sponge. How's that? Because I'm in sponge mode myself. So
awesome.
Thank you, everybody. So anyway, I'm looking forward to a great year. Thank you very much. And it's now time to turn it over to Doug Cotto. All right, Doug. One of those tools that we're talking about is this online fundraising tools, getroots.org. It's Doug. He's the president of Torrance. He probably knows most of you here as well. I was able to go and sit with he and Danette and have just a wonderful discussion about it all. And we get to see a demo today. And there's some really, really cool things coming up here pretty soon. So Doug, I'm going to turn it over to you and stop sharing and let you go at it. So.
Great. Hey, thanks, John. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. And if John gets to me sharing, I'll do a quick screen share.
Can't hear you.
We've lost Doug.
Yeah.
Doug, can you speak?
Just a little.
Oh boy, hold on one second.
Every other word.
Yeah.
Hey, John, can you allow screen sharing?
There we go.
You want screen sharing?
Screen share on the bottom or third screen.
Yep. And multiple share sentences. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now you're going to be able to see my screen here. You guys see my phone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to keep this pretty brief. I know most of you probably have already seen the Roots program, but my goal today is to actually show you kind of what's next as our theme is this year. Something that we've been working on and I've been sharing with a few of our clubs already. So as you guys know, this is the Roots app. It's also online as well. And we've done these Feed Our Hero campaigns with Romita, and here's Florence here. Let me open this up just to give you a quick overview of this. But this is a page that our club has created. We're able to create multiple campaigns. We have 3 campaigns running right now, which is this Kiwanis in the community, which is raising funds. And we just opened this up to raise money for our scholarships. We also do our Kiwanis Children's Fund, which we raise money for as well. And then also our Feed Our Heroes campaign. So what this is just an easy way that we provide people to be able to donate directly to the clubs. We also do this business give back program. So I'll show you this real briefly, but you could go to any of these businesses here and they're willing to give back a percentage to our club. So just by going to Why Not Burgers, for instance, and using this after their 15% of what you spend will automatically go back to your club. So that's one thing that we've created, but what I really wanted to share mostly today was kind of what's coming on the horizon. I know we've shared this with a few clubs already, but when we created this was kind of created for the nonprofit world, but then of course, in the back of my mind when we're developing this, I was thinking, how can we use this for our clubs, or how can we use this to better our monthly or weekly meetings and make it easier for us to actually continue raising money. So I'm going to share what's coming up here. You guys are going to get a big sneak preview of this. So this is not been released officially yet to the public, but this is coming in the next 3 weeks. We're actually launching it. So as your club, you have the ability to create. You have a campaign page, but if you see in the middle here, we created this upcoming events where you're going to be able to create upcoming events and set the date and time and the cost. And of course, our clubs are going to be at zero cost for our weekly meetings. But once here, the members are going to be able to click here and join. And this is very familiar to all of us in Zoom. So what we've done is on this left-hand side, you're going to be able to host your meetings like you normally do. But on the right-hand side is what we've added here. So now you're going to be able to do your rafflings or whatever you may call it in the future. But it'll have a raffling tool where you could actually set ticket prices as your host for your club. So say you're still, like for us, we're doing our raffle drawings every week, but we were able to set a ticket price. And when the users come on, they are able to buy tickets through the platform. And you're able to actually assign prizes on here. So some of us get prizes from our corporate sponsors, or members even donate gift cards where you could actually put them here. And when you hit the draw button, it'll automatically draw a winning ticket from whoever's purchased it at that time from your club. And it'll actually announce who's won it from your club and what did they win. So that's our raffling tool. And I know for us, we've missed our happy sads in person. We've been missing that dearly, and we do it every week. But then, there's the missing element of collecting that as well. So what we've done is with this donate button, you can actually do direct donations and add to your shopping cart on the right-hand side. So you can do happy sads here. We're also creating an auction basket here. So that red button there is when you click it. I know our SLPs, every year they take over our meetings and they bring in baskets to be auctioned off to our members. And this will be an easy way for you to post a picture or a video of the basket. And then you'll be able to have a live auction right during your meeting to auction off. And also just to raise money for the SLPs or to your club. We're having multiple buttons on here in the future as well. A sneak peek is, I know there's still some legal rules for this, but we're working with some national gaming associations. But this is something that we're talking about in the future as well, is doing online poker tournaments, blackjack, bingo, raising funds for our clubs as well. So this is all ready to be launched on November 15th. We are officially, and I talked to John Ran about this, how our Kiwanis Division 19 clubs hop on. We have 22 spots available for the initial launch in November. It's completely free from your organization, and we are looking at hopefully being a tool that you guys can use this every week without any fees. And as Governor Gray mentioned too, I know we're all pushing for virtual meetings, whether it's Zoom or whether it's using our Roots platform, but we're hoping to add on this element of being able to continue what's been normal for us in the past, is being able to do raffles or auctions or happy sads through our system as well. And normally this is a paid. You could charge for a paid ticket to get in here, but we're going to offer to all our Kiwanis Division 19 clubs a code to enter so that you guys could actually create an event that's a zero cost for your members. So you can do this weekly without having any charge or charging your members any fee to enter. So that will be an offer, like a Kiwanis code, to allow us to get in and use it for free. And of course, we're hoping that everyone keeps that code quiet, because that's going to be just for our Kiwanis Club members. But that's kind of what's coming in the next for us. It's our Roots next, and I know many of you guys have used Roots in the past. I think we're kind of taking it to the next step. And starting on November 15th is what we're actually shooting for, to be able to utilize this for everyone, and then expand it out even further from that point. So looking forward to working with everyone. I know Jeanette is on the line as well. She's in charge of our community growth, so she'll be, right next to you guys, helping you along to help you get accustomed to this as well, and being a technology helper for you as well. So that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Doug. I'm really excited. Hopefully our next DCM, it'll be right at the middle. Probably the December one will actually be in this function here, and I'm very excited. Tell you that one of the things that I know that you all know this, but I find that the club connects when we actually do Happy Sad Dollars, because you're learning a little bit about somebody's life, and it kind of bonds us a little bit in a different way. And I think that's a really powerful thing. So thank you, Doug. I look really forward to using this at the DCMs, but also being able to really kind of take it to the next level as well. And that's going to be happening. So.
Hey, John?
Yes. But,
I heard zero of what he just said. Could you make a video and send it around?
Absolutely. In fact, the video is going to be available. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's sometimes it was a little tough, but we should be able to hear them on the video. And we'll actually make Doug overdub it. How's that? All right. Well, hey, so looks like the next section is our roll call. I'm going to call on our let's see here, and I'm going to call on our division secretary, Tony Gorchenko, to do a roll call. If someone is there from the president or who's ever here could respond, would like to know how many members you have, how many are on the call today, and then just a little bit introduce yourself. So, okay, so thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate it. We look forward to it. All right. So,
Club of Carson.
So, Mr. Kachinko, if you could call them out, that'd be great.
We got Rick Bender's the president. Are you online?
Yes, I am. We have 4 in attendance tonight.
Okay. And Rick, how many members do you have total?
We have 10. We are working on that.
Terrific.
Very good. And what about during club meetings?
Club meetings have been well attended, and it's all during, all with our Zoom. So we're doing nothing in real life at this point.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Okay. Next club is El Segundo. Mike Early. Mike, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. We have 50 people right now, and we just picked up, I think, 6 or 8 in the last month. So we're really pushing hard during COVID, trying to get people to, spend some of their extra time with us. I think I'm the only person here tonight from our club. But we've been doing Zoom meetings, really, really well attended. We're actually doing a huge push for Halloween. We're doing we normally have a Santa sleigh for Christmas time, where we go around with the PD and give out candy, and the kids all get to meet Santa. Well, we've converted that. We're converting it now to the Great Pumpkin. We're going to go around and make little bags and drop them off to kids as they wait in line in the street, using pre-sealed bags and everyone with PPCs and all that kind of thing. And we've just lit up our water tower orange as a pumpkin. So we're trying to use this time as a recruiting tool, but also a way to reach all the kids who are stuck at home.
Very good. Thank you.
Terrific.
Next club is Hawthorne. Jerry Flory.
Jerry, you're on mute.
Jerry must have left. I'm Dick Hughes here.
Nope. Jerry's on mute.
On mute? Okay. We've got about 31 members.
Okay. How many are on this call?
Cheryl, I'm still here.
You're Hawthorne?
Out.
I think there's 3 of us, Tony. for Hawthorne.
Okay. And how you doing on meetings?
Well, we're working on that. We've had our meetings on Friday noons for the last 3 months.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next club is Hermosa Beach.
George Barks.
Yes, I'm George Barks, the current president of the Hermosa Beach Kiwanis Club. 2 other members are with me here tonight, Lisa Shea and Mickey McCrae. Mickey McCrae has been president in the past more than once. We have 33 members in our club. We have active, though, at our meetings about 10 to 12.
No, that's okay.
And I'm here to learn more and work with John. For an example, we meet every week, and I'm not so sure the meeting every week is good to recruit younger members and new members. You know, we're kind of an old guard right now, been around for a long time. I don't know if Lisa would like to say anything or Mickey. Feel free to say something, Mickey or Lisa. Just unmute yourselves. Well, I guess they don't want to say anything.
Okay.
Good to be here with you, George.
Am I muted? I'm sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
Yeah, Lisa?
I think it's really a wonderful thing that we started, oh gosh, George, has been over a year, to have once a month evening meetings. I believe that's probably was a better attendance before COVID. I'm not sure how it's going now, George, but that's a really positive thing that we did. We do have a once a month 6:30 evening meeting, which is transitioning into fitting with people's schedules. That's all I have to say.
Great.
Mickey, would you like to say something?
No, I think you guys covered it all. I'm good.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next club's Inglewood. I don't think anybody's here.
All right, we're working on them.
How
Lawndale.
about Lawndale? Tim.
Yeah, hi, Tim McDonald, President Lawndale Kiwanis. We have 10 members, and we have I'm going to call him a triple member with us today, and that's Tony Molino.
Triple.
I believe he's in your club, John, and also my club, and he's also in the Torrance Club.
Wow.
Just 2 clubs, just Lawndale and Torrance.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And Tim, are you guys meeting at all?
Hmm.
Tim, are you meeting at all?
Yeah, we are doing Zoom meetings.
Terrific.
It's not too well attended because a lot of them don't know how to use the Zoom yet.
Mm-hmm. We can fix it.
Yeah, I've tried.
Well, I'm gonna reach out. I'd love to attend. So.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of Zoom meetings. I put it out on not only on our Facebook page, but I also send reminders out with everything else. The only thing that I can say that we have done and we have accomplished this year, and we're waiting for the students to get back into school and enjoy them. We were the first club to ever initiate the Buddy Bench program.
Absolutely.
And now all of the schools in our school district have buddy benches except for the high school, and they're even asking for them now.
That's
so we're going to be even taking care of Lawndale High.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to attending your meetings, and you're going to see a lot of me this year. So thank you.
Thank you. Next club is the Literary Club, South Bay. Nope, I don't think anybody's here.
Okay.
Okay, so how about Lamita Harbor City?
I'm here, Mark Warnick. Tony, good to see you.
Thank you.
My continued prayers for your speedy recovery.
Thank you.
I love you, man. We have 4 members on. Lamita is meeting. We have our pancake breakfast, our 71st annual pancake breakfast coming up on November 15th. All of you are invited. We are going to be eating outside because, as you know, we have our own club. We have our own kitchen. So we'll be doing outside dining. We'll have a raffle, and we'll also have takeout and drive-by service and delivery. So we're doing it all. So delivery is in Lamita, Harbor City area. We'd love to deliver to you, Lieutenant Governor John Graham, but we're hoping that you come.
I will be there. So,
and then
my wife loves the pancakes. So.
Awesome. And a few weeks ago, real quick, we did a Kiwanis one-day project that we couldn't do back in April and May. We did it at Eshelman Elementary School, where we had many of our members, social distancing, of course, put a new outside garden, flowers and everything outside the school, along with the principal and some teachers. And it was just a great event. I got out there and some others from our club. One of our club members, Sherry Ashman, spearheaded it. And we even had some of our Circle K kids from LA Harbor College come as well. So that was nice. So we're meeting away. We have 44 members. Of course, we don't get all 44 all together, but we have a good nucleus that is making a difference in our area. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all that.
Mark, you did a great job on YouTube, showing that one-day project. Do me a favor and email me the link so I can send it out to all the other clubs so they can see what a good project is.
Be happy to.
Thank you. Okay, next club is Manhattan Beach.
Actually, it's a LAX.
I don't think it
will. Right now, we're about 25 members. We are not meeting in person, but we are still posting our golf tournament on November 9th at the PB Golf Course. So.
Okay.
And good.
And how many people are here on the meeting?
As usual.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay, no problem. And then we have Redondo Beach, your favorite club.
Sure. How about Manhattan Beach first?
Oh, Manhattan Beach. Okay.
Don't think they're here? Okay. Redondo Beach.
All right, Damone here. I had my camera off because I'm sitting on an iPad today. So we have 4 members here today that I could count on this small device. We have 44 members. We are continuing our meetings on our first Wednesday, third Thursday, except for it's the 4th Thursday this month. We're moving right along. We've been able to keep we give kits. We make kits for the kids at the library. We actually put out 200 kits this past, I guess about 2 weeks ago. 125 to the Redondo Beach Library and another 75 kits to the Richstone Family Centers. And other than that, we have probably about 20 buddy benches to be delivered also. So
fantastic.
We're staying on pace.
Good. Thank you. Okay, and now we have Rolling Hills Estates.
I thank you very much because I have to run. But I'm happy to announce that we do have 18 members. I would say that about 12 are actually active. We had our first social face-to-face at the Red Onion. We had 8 attendees. It was wonderful. We are working on a membership drive right now, and we have 3 potentials. Well, actually, we have 3 former members that are coming back, and 1 was at our social. We're also working on our scholarship fundraising program, and I'm actually working on a food drive program with the Key Club because I'm vice president of another nonprofit, and we have officially food bank in January.
Terrific.
Very good. So how many members are online?
I'm sorry?
How many members are at the DCM here?
I don't have any members here at the DCM, although we just started having, we've had our second Zoom meeting this month, and we've agreed to have one every month.
Okay. By the way, you said that Georgette is your secretary.
She's operations manager. I stand corrected.
So Marty is still your secretary?
It's Marty. It's Marty. That's our secretary. I caught that, Tony. You're so sharp. I love you.
Okay.
But yes, it's Georgette. She's our operations manager. And Georgette, God bless her. She's had several eye surgeries, but that woman knows how to use the telephone.
Good, good. Thank you.
Well, invite me to your meetings. I'm happy to come on by and say hello.
I'd love to.
Great. Thanks for being online.
Okay, thank you. And God bless you, Tony. I'm happy to see you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Keep up the good work, and I'll always avail myself to you. I'm sorry I missed the last meeting.
The first 19 days are easy.
Right?
The next club is our favorite club, San Pedro.
Oh, San Pedro. San Pedro, we have presently the 3 members that we're actively by phone calling people. I call every week. I call probably 15 to 20 people throughout the San Pedro area to try them to get to the meetings. But since my age is 95, my doctor says I cannot attend any meeting. But by telephone, I can call all these different people. And every week I do call at least 15 people to try to get them to come and help the people in San Pedro, especially the kids, because San Pedro has the shipping industry, and those fellows and women who work in the shipping industry, they can well afford to help kids in San Pedro, and which I try to call those people, which I have a few people who are in the shipping industry. So I do call them once a week, and in hopes that and we are still collecting money at the Ace Hardware in San Pedro, and he's done a great job for us. And the money that we have there, we donate that to help kids with their scholarships in San Pedro High School, and also Dana High School, or Dana Grammar School. So we're active in that respect by mouth, so to speak, but not physically.
Well,
Okay, very good.
That's it.
I look forward to working with you this year, and I'm going to be talking with you very soon about how I can help and get some resources and some other folks to make some phone calls, and let's see if we can increase that membership. All right. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for saying the Pledge of Allegiance today as well. Appreciate it.
Our next club is Santa Monica. Neil Carey.
Hi, I'm on. Thank you. We have 32 members. I think there's 2 of us, Phil and myself, are here from the club. We've been having monthly Zoom meetings, and now that we've had some pretty good speakers. Last month we had the LAX speak on the modernization program, and we had a lot of people, and I invited people from some other clubs that attended. And on this Wednesday, we should have a big turnout because I have the League of Women Voters of Santa Monica are coming to present the propositions, and they do a phenomenal job. And so I expect we'd have good turnout. When we were meeting in person, we had a breakfast meeting and a lunch meeting, but now we're just doing the one Zoom lunch meeting. But we are pretty active. A lot of our committees are meeting quite a bit. From our main activities, in addition to still working and helping out our youth groups, in addition to our normal grants that we've given out this past year, we gave out $55,000 to nonprofits, about another, I think, 30 or 40 to scholarships. We are also concentrating and have made a number of COVID-19 emergency grants. Up to now, we've made $53,000 in grants, and we're presently discussing giving another $50,000 in grants, with a heavy emphasis on there's a feeding program in Santa Monica called the Virginia Avenue Park Pantry, and we gave $25,000 to them. And we're, for Thanksgiving, we've been doing at the Santa Monica Police Activities League, I also sit on that board, where we give out Thanksgiving baskets. We're looking to expand the program to not only include the Powell families, but all of the families from the Virginia Avenue Park that are really suffering. So we'll expand that. So that has been our emphasis and would continue to be the emphasis. I'm actually starting my second year as president. I think I drew the short straw now. But fortunately, the entire board of last year has agreed to stay on, and so it should be a very, very good year.
I look at it like this. You did such a great job last year. They wanted to keep you on to keep it going. That's great. Fantastic.
Well, thank you. I look at it, I did such a bad job, they want to punish me too.
All right. And last but not least.
One. And our final club is our speaker, Torrance, Doug Cato.
Hey, everyone. I hope you guys could hear me.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so we currently have 40 active members right now. We are still doing online Zooms every week on Tuesday afternoons. We're fortunate that we're getting anywhere between 22 and 25 attendees every week. And we're always blessed with always our guests that are coming in from abroad or different places. So thanks for Zoom for being able to patch in some of our members that are like stuck in other states as well. So that's been great for us. As you know, we've been working on doing Feed Our Heroes campaign and different types of fundraising for our club recently. Our vision this year, at least for our club, is going into unity amongst our club as well as our other division clubs. We're hoping to actually branch out, as John mentioned too. We really want to kind of team up with each other and kind of bond together and kind of work projects together as well as a club. So we're looking forward to that. Hoping that we could all reach out together, and please reach out to me for anything as well. We have 4 members on today, Tony Gorchenko, Tony Molino, Cinda Herring, myself, and we have a guest, Danette Bothwell is also on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess 4.5 for us.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks.
And I'm the half, by the way.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for being on, and we really appreciate that. I have just one more slide, and then we're all set, and we're going to adjourn. And I even have the bell here with me. But so the last part of it is, with all of these clubs doing all these different things, so what are some of the things that are going to start pretty much right away, and what are we going to start doing here? So that's this slide here. And so when I've been speaking to the different presidents, we're going to be putting together a President's Circle monthly call with everybody online. We're going to have the leaders, some of our senior leadership folks on there as well, so that they can start to hear it. But it really starts with everybody talking at the top and figuring out how to make it better for each club, and how these presidents are going to come up with some great ideas on how to do that, but also starting those conversations. Also going to start some quarterly phone calls with the secretaries and treasurers. I've heard from a number of clubs, for instance, getting their budgets put together, or doing the tax filings and whatnot. We don't have to do it all alone. We can actually share out all of the resources and share it together. So we're going to start doing those, and have these calls, and we're going to put together these agendas. I'll be hosting them, and we're going to start to invite a number of folks. That's the best part. I wanted to say thank you to Phil Brock and Helen Kwan and whoever's been working on the website before. We're actually going to start to move that forward, and looks like Doug, you're going to be able to help out as well, and a couple of other folks. Talk to Michael Early looking at your website. We're going to actually start to put together a division website together. We're going to have information, and we're going to actually start to have our folks go there and start to communicate. We're also going to have how-to videos and other things on how to actually do some of these things. And we're going to get it started, and we're going to this is part of putting it together so that the next leaderships and the next leaderships will be able to use this tool going forward. Okay, and I'm very excited about that part. After our first president's call and monthly call, we're going to be doing a Division 19 survey, where we're going to see if we can get all of our members to at least just fill out a couple of questions: what they like, what they don't like, what they see about the club, how do they want to do certain things. The answers will be they will be private, so that they can feel like they can be very open. But we don't know what people are thinking out there unless we ask them. And this is the first part of us as a division starting to work on a, quote, community survey. Our community starts with us, all of our 15 clubs, 418 people. We need to know what everybody's thinking and start getting those things. We can then prioritize and start to look at those. Lastly, the DCMs. I'm going to start to really stress cross-club communication. And our division, these DCMs are going to be looking at how do we do better, okay? How do we do these things? We've got to be able to bring it together, talk about our issues. Again, no shame, no blame, just better, okay? That's really, if you kind of think of anything, how do you get out of the hole? You stop digging and you go get help. Okay?
Hi, pretty girl.
All right, our next DCM is going to be November 16th at 6:30 p.m. Via Zoom.
Don Graham?
Well, yes, sir.
Point of clarification, did you want to do a PDO right after with those that are on, that are past lieutenant governors?
I would love that. If you guys could stay on for a couple of minutes, I would love that. So all of the past lieutenant governors, if you could stay on, that would be fantastic. Great time to reach out and do that. Last slide here is, oops, there we go. So here's what I'll leave you guys with, okay? We need your help. Your division needs your help, and we need you to engage. We need you to get your members to engage. We need to have these DCMs be a lot more so that we are starting to really hear from all of these talented people. So as your lieutenant governor, division leadership, and the club presidents, as we work on a survey, please think about how we as Kiwanians can do a better, make our division better, grow, and serve more children. That's a simple thing to ask, but you don't get the information unless you ask. And when the survey is circulated, it's really important to stress, everybody, just fill it out. A lot of people don't like to fill stuff out. They don't want to be bought. We need to get past that. We need to get people to start talking and inputting here, especially the ones that don't come to a lot of meetings. There's a reason they don't come to the meetings. So let's ask them, why aren't you coming to meetings? Why can't we do this? That's how we keep people here. That's how we actually engage other folks, and we make it a great place, okay? So anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. And I'm a couple of minutes over, and I'm very sorry about that, but I guarantee that the next ones will be online, be on time as well, okay?
Too late to ask something?
Thank you.
Sure, Lisa.
I'm sorry, I don't know if it's too late, and I don't, perhaps I missed where you announced or something each club. Maybe George would like to speak. Just, I think we're going to get the tree lot again. So maybe George wants to just let everyone know that in a few weeks, less than a few weeks, like a couple weeks, we're probably going to be opening our Christmas tree lot in Hermosa Beach. So
terrific. That is fantastic.
We'll follow up with that. Thank you.
Yes, I'll make sure that you're informed, all the clubs are informed about it.
Thank you,
John.
Okay, that's fantastic.
We're waiting for city council approval Tuesday. We think we're going to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let everybody know.
Terrific. Well, thank you, everyone. And if the folks that are generally attend the PDOs, which is kind of the past district officer meeting, if you could just kind of hang on, and we'll take 10 minutes to just kind of connect. That would be fantastic. Everyone else, be safe. Be safe out there. Have a terrific evening, and I look forward to serving with you all. So,
Go Dodgers.
Thanks, and have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.